You are looking at someone who has been scrubbing for 45 minutes. Their arm is burning, their knuckles are raw. They are hunched over a chrome bumper, grinding a $30 tube of premium metal polish into the rust, and it is barely making a dent. That is the lie they sold you. Now watch this. One crumpled piece of aluminum foil. A splash of regular cola from a 2-liter bottle that costs $1. One gentle wipe across that same rusted, pitted, oxidized chrome surface. The brown rust does not smear. It does not fade. It chemically dissolves on contact, and in 3 seconds the surface underneath is a flawless, glowing, scratch-free mirror. No machine. No grinding. No muscle. $1, 3 seconds, game over. The $5 billion auto detailing industry has spent decades making sure you never find out what you just watched. Because the moment you know what is really happening at the chemical level, you will never buy another polishing kit again. And that is exactly the problem for them. Welcome to the buried blueprint. I am going to show you everything they buried, everything they repackaged into a $30 scam, and exactly how to use this hack safely and permanently on every piece of chrome in your garage. If you are someone who refuses to keep funding corporate lies, hit subscribe and ring that bell right now, because what we uncover on this channel does not stay online forever. Now, let us talk about the scam first, because you need to understand exactly how deep it goes before you understand why the solution works so well. Walk into any auto parts store, go to the detailing aisle. You will see shelves lined with products, Mother's Mag and aluminum polish, Meguiar's mirror glaze, Chemical Guys, heavy metal polish. The labels are beautiful, the bottles are sleek, the promises are enormous. They use words like professional grade, nanotechnology, deep penetrating formula. They charge you anywhere from $15 to $45 for a single small tube. And here is what is actually inside that tube. Abrasive particles, ultrafine grit, sand, essentially. Packaged in a waxy carrier fluid and sold to you at a criminal markup. Here is the part the detailing brands hide. Those products do not chemically dissolve rust. They physically grind it off. You are the machine. You are the labor. You are applying pressure with your hand, moving that abrasive back and forth, grinding and grinding and grinding the oxidized surface down until enough material has been removed that the shine underneath is revealed. It works, eventually, the way sandpaper works. But here is the critical damage that they never mention on the label. Abrasive polish creates microscopic scratches in your chrome every single time you use it. You cannot see the scratches individually because they are too small. But over time, after multiple polishing sessions, those scratches accumulate and your chrome begins to look hazy, dull, and aged even right after you polish it. You are paying $30 to slowly destroy the surface you are trying to protect, and they know it. Because the more you polish, the worse the chrome gets. And the worse it gets, the more product you buy. That is not a coincidence, that is a business model. But watch closely what happens next, because this is where the story gets older and darker than most people realize. The chemistry behind what you just watched goes back over a century. Phosphoric acid, one of the primary active compounds in carbonated soft drinks like cola, was documented as an effective rust converter and iron oxide solvent as far back as the early 1900s. Industrial metalworkers knew that phosphoric acid reacted with iron oxide, which is the chemical name for rust, and converted it into iron phosphate, a dark, stable, non-corrosive compound that could then be wiped cleanly from the surface. The U.S. military used phosphoric acid-based treatments extensively during World War II to protect steel equipment from oxidation in humid field conditions. Shipyards used diluted phosphoric acid solutions to prep steel hulls before painting. None of this was secret. It was basic industrial chemistry. It was documented, it was published, it worked. But it could not be patented. You cannot patent a chemical reaction that already exists in nature. You cannot put a trademark on phosphoric acid dissolving iron oxide. So it was never going to make any corporation rich. And slowly, quietly, as the modern auto detailing industry grew through the 1970s and 1980s, the chemical approach was replaced on store shelves by the abrasive paste approach. Not because abrasive paste was more effective, not because it was safer, but because it could be branded, packaged, and sold in an endless repeat cycle that would keep consumers coming back every single season. The chemical companies do not want you to know this next part, because what I am about to tell you completely eliminates the need for every product in that detailing aisle. Before I give you the exact formula and the precise technique, I need to tell you something important. The rust hack you are about to learn is one of dozens of solutions buried by various industries that profit from keeping you dependent on expensive products and paid labor. In the description of this video, there is a link to the complete buried blueprint vault. Inside that vault, There are guides covering everything from eliminating black mold without toxic chemicals, to sealing a cracked foundation for under $5, to restoring dead car batteries that mechanics told you to throw away. If you have ever felt like the system was designed to extract money from you forever, that vault was built for you. Check the link in the description, but stay right here, because exactly how you apply this changes everything. The technique matters as much as the chemistry, and getting it wrong can leave residue that looks worse than the rust did. Now, here is the reveal you have been waiting for. The two items you need cost less than $1 combined, and you almost certainly already own both of them. The first ingredient is standard kitchen aluminum foil, the cheap store brand. Not heavy duty, not any specific grade. Just regular aluminum foil, the kind that has been sitting in your kitchen drawer for the last 3 years. The second ingredient is regular cola. Not diet, not zero sugar. Regular full sugar cola, the cheapest store brand you can find. The active compound you need is phosphoric acid, and it is present in regular cola at a concentration of approximately 0.06% by volume. That sounds small, but at the molecular level, it is more than enough to attack iron oxide on contact. Now here's the science in plain language, because once you understand why this works, you will never be fooled by a marketing label again. When rust forms on chrome, what you are looking at is iron oxide. The iron molecules in the underlying steel have bonded with oxygen molecules from the air or moisture, and the result is that reddish-brown compound sitting on your surface. Phosphoric acid in the cola attacks those iron oxide molecules directly. It breaks the chemical bond between the iron and the oxygen. It converts the iron oxide into iron phosphate, which is a stable, dark gray, water-soluble compound. That compound does not grip the metal. It sits loose on the surface, ready to be wiped away. The rust is not ground off. It is chemically dissolved and converted into something that can be removed with almost zero friction. Now, here is where the aluminum foil does something that no abrasive paste can replicate. Aluminum has a Mohs hardness rating of approximately 2.5 to 3. Chrome plating has a Mohs hardness rating of approximately 8 to 9. On the Mohs scale, a harder material will scratch a softer one, but a softer material physically cannot scratch a harder one. It is metallurgically impossible for aluminum to scratch chrome, but aluminum is just hard enough at the microscopic level to scrape away the liquefied iron phosphate compound after the acid dissolves it. The foil acts as the perfect chemically inert applicator. It delivers the acid to the surface, it agitates the converted rust away, and it cannot leave a single scratch on the chrome mirror finish underneath. No abrasive on the market can make that claim. Not one. Here is exactly how to do this, step by step. Do not skip any of these steps, especially the last one. Step 1. Tear off a piece of standard kitchen aluminum foil, approximately 6 to 8 inches square. Crumple it loosely into a ball. Do not crush it tight. You want an irregular, soft surface with natural folds and texture, not a hard, dense lump. Step 2. Open your cola. Pour it directly over the rusted chrome surface you are treating, or dip your foil ball directly into the liquid. You want the foil wet and the surface wet. If you are working on a vertical surface like a bumper or a grill, pour and work in small sections so the liquid does not run off before it has time to react. Let the cola sit on the surface for 10 to 15 seconds before you start wiping. This is important. Give the phosphoric acid time to begin the conversion reaction before you agitate anything. Step 3. With your wet foil ball, begin wiping the rusted area using light, circular pressure. Do not press hard. I want to repeat that because it is the most common mistake. Do not press hard. You are not trying to grind anything off. The chemistry is doing the removal. You are just guiding the dissolved material away from the surface. You will immediately see a dark gray slurry forming on the foil and on the chrome. That is the iron phosphate. That is your rust, chemically neutralized and ready to be removed. Continue with gentle circular wiping until the reddish-brown color is gone and you can see a clean metallic surface beginning to emerge. Step 4. This step is mandatory. Do not skip it. Wipe the entire treated area thoroughly with a clean, damp microfiber cloth, then wipe it again. The cola contains sugars. If you leave any cola residue on the chrome surface, the sugars will attract dirt and moisture and can promote new corrosion. You must remove all of the cola completely. Use a damp cloth first, then a dry cloth to finish. After this wipe, the chrome should be completely clean, completely dry, and visibly restored to a mirror finish. Optional step 5. If you want maximum protection after restoration, apply a thin coat of standard car wax or a spray ceramic coating over the clean chrome. This creates a protective barrier against future oxidation and extends the results significantly. This is not required for the hack to work, but it will dramatically slow down any future rusting. One safety note: cola is mildly acidic but is safe to handle with bare hands. Nonetheless, if you have any cuts or open skin on your hands, wear a pair of basic latex or nitrile gloves. And keep cola away from painted surfaces during this process. While the concentration of acid is low, prolonged contact with automotive paint is not recommended. Work on the chrome only and rinse any paint that accidentally gets splashed. Now let us put the numbers on the table, because this is the part the industry prays you never hear spoken out loud. A professional chrome polishing job at a detail shop. $150 minimum for a single bumper, often $200 to $300 for a full restoration of multiple chrome pieces. A detailing kit from the auto parts store, $30 to $45 for the paste, another $20 for the buffing pads and applicators, and then 2 hours of your own physical labor on your knees in the driveway. Your time has value. Add it up. What you just did cost $1. $1 for a 2-liter bottle of cola, which you probably already had in the refrigerator, and the aluminum foil was already in your kitchen. 3 seconds of actual contact time with the surface, 0 scratching, 0 abrasion, 0 damage to the chrome. A result that is chemically superior to anything in the detailing aisle, because you used chemistry to dissolve the problem instead of elbow grease to grind it away. The detailing industry built a $5 billion empire on the assumption that you would never learn what you just learned. They packaged sand, called it technology, and charged you $30 to be their machine. That empire ends the moment this knowledge spreads. And the only thing standing between this information and the people who need it is you sharing this video right now. If this opened your eyes, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell so you do not miss a single blueprint. Share this video with every car owner you know, because the knowledge only has power if it reaches the people they are trying to keep in the dark. And check the link in the description for the complete buried blueprint vault. Every guide inside has been documented, tested, and compiled specifically to cut you permanently free from the industries that have been charging you for problems they could have told you how to solve for free. The next blueprint opens soon, and what is inside is even